Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
The hair keeps growing. The hair keeps growing. I kind of alluded to this yesterday on yesterday's episode, if it made the airwaves. But again, here it is. I thought the launch was going to solve all my problems. It turns out it just opened up a whole new can of worms. I thought the summit launch was going to free me up and free my mind and release me from the tiredness, the exhaustion, the stress. And it just opened up a whole new can of worms. It just new levels or layers. It just washed over me. Oh my gosh, I am so burnt and tired as I record this at 10:15. Officially 2 days into the launch, launched late Monday afternoon, i.e. registration opened for the Tools for a Good Life Summit. You can go to Tools for a Good Life Summit and enjoy 20 amazing speakers. But nonetheless, today was day 2. And I don't know, midway through the day, checked registrations and, there was 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever it was. And nobody bought the upsell. And the email that went out was to the speakers for them to promote was going into junk files and all this, or junk mail, however you say it, the spam box. And I got to start promoting myself and just feeling overwhelmed, mass overwhelm. And then just the anticlimactic, so anticlimactic. I'm sorry. I was hoping for thousands of visitors, hundreds of registrations. But that is not the case yet. I'm going to stay hopeful for anybody who's listening. Register now. It is only day 2, midway through day 2. But there's a thing called an order bump. And so I have the VIP upsell where you get all this cool stuff. You get MP3s, transcripts of all the interviews, the MP3 audio files, bonus gifts from the speakers, like, free coaching, stuff like that, an autographed book, cool stuff. And if someone takes that, then there's an order bump on that, a $7 order bump. So depending on when you're buying the upsell, it's either going to be $67, $97, or $127. By the time you hear this, it's probably going to be $127. I apologize. That's the way it goes. You can send me an email and complain. No, actually don't. Please don't. I'm kidding. But the $7 order bump. So once you hit buy on that, there was a $7 order bump. And the $7 order bump was actually very cool. A summit workbook, which I was going to create. I was actually originally going to have that be in the VIP upsell. Instead, I swapped it out for transcripts. So transcripts come in the VIP upsell, which were expensive for me to get, by the way. So that's a kick butt gift. Transcripts are expensive. good ones. So part of the bump was a workbook so you could take notes, cool graphics, maybe a quote or two. And then the Summit Toolkit, which was going to be basically all the cool sayings and quotes and takeaways from the summit on this really awesome graphics card thing. And it was all going to be for $7. And guess who was going to make them? Me. I actually wasn't going to do the graphic part. I was going to do all the listening and quoting and all that. And I have about 10 days to do it. And I've got 40 interviews to plow through. So there's 20 speakers, each who did 2 interviews. And I was like, oh my God, I got to promote. I got to do all this stuff. And I've got to create that. No way. So since no one had bought the order bump yet, I canceled it. I took it off. No more order bump. Sorry. Maybe I'll make an attempt at it again. I'm yawning just thinking about all the work that would take. And it's too late. I'm not paying someone to do it. I've got too much invested in the summit already. So people, I've put so much time, energy, love, caring, finances into the summit as it is. Can't do anymore. You got to enjoy what you're going to get. So anyway, I capitulated and said I will not provide the order bump. And my tech person was a little bummed. They were excited for the order bump. Anyhow, there you have it, the whole can of worms. So now I've got all this promoting to do, like repurposing parts of the interview, audio, trying to figure out how to get it on social media. Honestly, I just want to go on vacation. But I've got 2 more weeks to put more of my blood, sweat, tears, heart, spirit, mind, body into this. God bless you. Go to the summit, people. Anyhow, next thought I had written down. I was talking to someone this morning, and the funniest thought: as you're breaking free, don't expect them to cheer you on from your cages. Because you know how when you're perhaps trying to grow or make changes or embrace programs, some of your friends are like, don't do that, that's stupid, contempt or judgy, and I was trying to think of a good way to say that for my subtitle, my subheadline on the registration page for the summit, which you will see. And that was the great thought. As you're breaking free, don't expect them to cheer you on from your cages. That's the idea. Next one. This is the funniest thought ever. Good thing that guy's suffering so I can help him. You know, the idea of be of service. So then you free your mind, and as you're of service, that brings you happiness. And so my buddy was walking down the road the other day, and this homeless guy was cratering. This was my friend lives up in Palm Desert. And I'm sorry I'm laughing, but this thought is funny. This homeless guy was just getting baked by the sun. God bless him, right? God bless him, but and it was making it harder than it needed to be for him. And so my friend was so excited to, he had like a gallon of water, so he was giving it to the homeless guy. He was worried the guy was having a heat stroke, so he called 911 and he got an ambulance on the way. And he said, yeah, good thing that guy's suffering so he could help him, so my friend could feel better about himself. How funny is that? It's so warped. Oh my gosh. That's what happens. This is what happens to you after you've been putting together a summit with not enough people helping. And then and then the anticlimacticness of opening of registration, and then the opening of the whole new can of worms of all that is left to do. The illusion of being done was just that. All right. I believe I've covered it all. I believe I have covered it all. Sleep well. Or, I guess, enjoy the day.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.